What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Ismael Solis. Ismael Solis is a trainer. Of course, he trains Joyce, and he had this to say about AJ Joshua. He said this. He said, Anthony Joshua is done. He's mentally wrecked, and he won't last another fight. He said Joyce would rip through him like tinfoil. He had a lot to say about AJ's demise and deterioration in the sport as his performance was mediocre against Jermaine Franklin. And let me counterpunch. I think people are just really taking the Joshua performance way too far. See, here's the thing you have to look at. If Jermaine Franklin was a better fighter, we could have saw Joshua do more. What we saw him do the bare minimum. Now, was that impressive? Hell to the no, it wasn't impressive. But does that mean he's the same type of fighter? It doesn't mean that either. But does it mean that he's a diminished person and he's ready to be put out of his misery? He's like a wounded horse. I don't think so. You know, I think you have to bring him in there with somebody that he's actually concerned with. You know, the danger of fights like that with Jermaine Franklin and guys like Andy Ruiz is that it's hard to get up for those guys. It's hard to show how good you are because that guy may have one good trick, you know, because both guys have chins. Both guys are around the same height. He might be a little taller than Andy Ruiz, but Andy Ruiz is short too. I don't even think he's 6'2". I know I'm taller than Andy Ruiz and I'm 6'2". You know what I mean? So, you know, it's hard for those guys to get up. Maybe, you know, he was bummed out about the venue. He didn't want to be in O2 Arena, but that's what it was. He wanted to be in Wembley, where he feels he belongs, you know. But it started, as far as that goes, you know, you only prepare for something that you have the capacity for. So that was O2 that night. He's fought at O2 before, so to him, he probably felt like he was going back in time, you know, and it looked like he wasn't really wanting to be there that much anyway. He wanted to talk shit. Now that I couldn't understand, because it's like, if you're going to talk, you need to walk. Bars. But nonetheless, you know, is he gone? No, we'll see. See, that type of thinking AJ is gone, is done. They said that shit about a lot of fighters. You know, they said that about Muhammad Ali when the federal fucking government of the United States of America told him that he couldn't fight because he didn't want to go to Vietnam for his religious beliefs. They thought he was done because not only did he lose to Joe Frazier, he also lost to Ken Norton. Okay, so people looked at Muhammad Ali and they wrote him off. Now you're saying, man, are you comparing Muhammad Ali to Anthony Joshua? Yeah, I am, because people thought he was done at that part of his career. Will AJ have a career like Muhammad Ali? More than likely, probably not. Right? But at the end of the day, at the very end of the day, you know, don't write a fighter off because he's had a couple losses or a few losses or whatever, you know, and he had like some tacky ass performance against Jermaine Franklin. Because going in there with somebody like AJ, you know, I'm more disappointed in him taking that June date away than I am about his performance, to be honest with you, because Jermaine Franklin, you know, basically all he had to do is win. Now it's a preference that he would have won more convincingly, but you know, it is what it is. Winning's winning, right? So it is, and in his case, Anthony Joshua, you know, he has to show people something. He does have something to prove, like he always has to prove something, you know, but these big fights need to happen for him, you know, and I say, why not? Why not? But is he done? Is he mentally gone? I don't think so, you know, and if so, it's too early to tell now anyway, you know, just because he had a lame performance against a guy that just made his name known, which is Jermaine Franklin. I don't think that's necessary. I think they're too hard on AJ. You know, if anybody should be hard on AJ about is taking that date away, because that stops his process. But again, if these rumors are real with the tournament, okay, all is forgiven anyway. So that's where it's at. Ismael Solis, he does have a promising fighter, you know. Joyce appears younger to me for some reason. And he might be, because he hasn't had that type of wear and tear in his professional career. He's only had 15 fights. So, you know, but you guys tell me what you think of Ismael Solis saying that Anthony Joshua was mentally wrecked. He's not there anymore. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.